The Vatican is finally releasing artifacts back to Canada. Recently, it was announced that the Vatican will be relinquishing 62 artifacts belonging to various groups of First Nations, Inuit, and Metis. We don't have a full list of artifacts being returned, but we do know that this kayak is one of them. That's right, a whole kayak. This is a traditional Inuit kayak from Canada's Arctic North. It's made of sealskin and is one of only 5 like it anywhere in the world. Now, because this region is completely devoid of things like trees, the indigenous people of the North built their boats by making frames out of driftwood and whale bones and wrapping the entire thing in waterproof skins. Other artifacts being returned include beaded moccasins, haida masks, and wampum belts. These artifacts aren't just curiosities, they're important parts of the cultures they originate from, and their return to those cultures is part of an ongoing process of reconciliation for the grief inflicted upon Canada's Indigenous peoples by the Catholic-run residential school system. When these objects were acquired by the Church in the 20s, Canada's Indigenous peoples were facing efforts from both the Church and the Canadian government to silence their traditional cultural practices, including, shall we say, less than voluntary transfers of property. So the return of some of that property is an important step that's been a long time coming. In December, the artifacts will be repatriated back to Canada, from which they were taken in 1925 for an exhibition in Rome. When they first arrive in Canada, they'll be sent to the Canadian Museum of History in Ottawa, who will authenticate them and make sure that they're returned to their communities of origin.